All right, guys, we're here for the 2025 Man Cave Tour. We've made it into Queensland. We're here in Dinmore, and we're going to go meet Russell. Let's go. Hey!
Hey!
Russell.
Here they are, boys and mate. I'm going good. How are you?
Very well, mate. Thank you so much for having us and for being part of our
pleasure.
tour.
Yep, awesome having you here.
So we've got your tour shirt here, which I'd like to present to you now.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, let's check it out. What are we looking at here, Russell?
This was originally just a 6x9 shed that was here when we bought the property 5 years ago.
Yep.
And you could actually drive up into it at that stage.
All the way up in
All the way up through there, yep. Okay. So we did a little bit of work here and just blocked it all off because we didn't need that many car spaces. So yeah, we created the Muller's Den from there.
Yeah, nice. And was this one a boat shed or something?
It was actually the guy before us was a car collector. Yep. So he had some old Ford Escorts and that. So yeah, he had a few cars here. I mean, he used to park them down here as well as over there. So I'm not sure how many he had. I just know he had a few. So yeah, we didn't have that many cars. So we thought, no, I want a man cave. And here we are.
And here we are. All right, let's take a bit of a tour through.
Yeah. So we've built the bar out of pallets. The sheeting on the front is off the front fence, leftovers.
Okay.
So we're just utilising, you know, what we have, sort of thing.
Yeah.
The doors here are off a job that I got for nothing. So that was another freebie. As we move in, we've used a lot of pallet stuff again in here, all the timber that you see.
Like on the walls here, this is
all the
pallets.
Walls, yep. All the timber on the shelves up there. Timber on all the walls, timber there. Yep, it's all pallet stuff, so it didn't cost me a cent, just cost me a bit of time going down to Bunnings and picking up 3 pallets. And I didn't want to do it all in timber, so we did a little bit of gyprock here and there as well.
So this is quite a DIY cave.
Yeah, for sure. There was nothing but tin in here originally. All those shelves were there, so I just put some plywood on the shelves just to hide all the stuff that we put up in them. It gives us a bit of storage.
Very good. And we've got a bit of a sort of a car theme going on.
Yes,
here,
we've got cars going on. I'm an old Holden man from way back. The bucket seats are on pallets once again.
Yep.
Made out of pallets. They're out of the 69 Firebird, which we've got parked up. It's a project we're doing.
Just saw that. Looks awesome.
Yeah, it's come a long way, but yeah, that's the bumper off it. That's the seats out of it because we just upgraded the seats that were in it. Yes, and obviously a few model cars. We got the pool corner for the pool shoes and triangle up there with the Pink Floyd poster.
And this is your pool table. What are we looking? This looks like a slate.
It's a slate table, yes.
7 foot or 8 foot?
It's 8x4.
8x4.
Yeah, nice. So it gets a fair bit of use when I always get friends saying to me, when's the next party? You know, so often having a few drinks here, a few laughs.
Nice. And how old's this one?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. We've had it for a few years now, but wasn't sure how old it was before then. So fitted in here nicely and got the pool light off a friend. She had it sitting in a shed. It was just covered in dust and needed a bit of work. So she gave it to me for nothing. So
is this glass?
Nah,
plastic?
Just Perspex.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, very nice.
Yep, we've got the old cover up there. It was off a Club Sport I bought in 2006. That was just something I kept from it once I'd sold it type thing, engine cover.
Awesome. And looking around, it looks like you are a bit of a Jack Daniels enthusiast.
Oh, I've been drinking Jack Daniels for a very long time, yes. It's my favourite drink. It's got a few bottles.
Check out this over here. How did you make this as well?
Yes. Yeah. These were just Jack Daniels bottle empties, obviously, that I've previously drank.
That would have taken maybe a month's worth of building up those bottles.
Yeah, probably about then.
I would hope a little bit longer.
No, well, if you see the amount that I collect there, I mean, if you have a few parties and that too, generally gets a few left behind. From barley, all that stuff's from Bali, so it was all fairly cheap type thing. The knives up there and the handle, door handle. The painting was from Bali as well.
And how do you do this? Is this like being glued together? Or?
Yeah, I Sikaflex them together. I put a little bit of dowel in each one as I put them all together. And yeah, they were from the last muller's den. Actually, I had them sitting on the bar and they went to the roof.
Oh, wow.
At either end of the bar. But so when I brought them here, I had to do something with them.
Where did you live previously?
I was down at Eagleby. We had a massive big shed down there, and I was living with my two brothers down there, and we had an upstairs, downstairs, and had a rumpus room downstairs there. So that was the first muller's den.
All right, we have anything around the corner here?
We do. We've got the back room around here, and Jack Daniels drums, and Jack Daniels speakers, and Cold Chisel Tour concert, and shirts, and yeah, been to plenty of concerts in the day in there. Yes, and this is the back room. This was all tin, obviously, again, so I put in a window. The barn door was always here, but it was just had tin on it. So once again, pallet timber, just to make up the door. And yeah, sheeted all the walls, and we've got more pallet timber here. Yeah.
And so
it's all hardwood, all that pallet stuff.
Everything that's pallet in here didn't pay a cent for it.
Didn't pay a cent for any of it.
Wow.
Just down to Bunnings, mate. And you know, it's just, you don't have to have $1 million to have a good cave. You just need to spend a little bit of time and a bit of effort, and you know, you can make whatever you want, basically. Just,
yeah, perfect.
Just go down, like I said, get it for free. I mean, that was an old barn door. It was just an old door on a storage shed that we had. So I just yeah, played it up and
beautiful.
Chucked it on. Yeah, and all the carpet you see down here, that was free carpet from a house that they just got rid of it because they had allergies type thing. So it was only 10 months old. So, I mean, that didn't cost me nothing either. So.
And what do you do for work?
I'm a carpenter.
By trade? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been a lot of hours. But like I said, you know, carpentry's pretty sort of basic. It's 3 rules: plumb, square, and level.
Plumb, square, level, very
good. That's all you got to sort of worry about. A bit of framework up, and then put your sheet on it, or your slats on it, or whatever. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So
looks like you've got a bit of an old collection of these vinyls.
Yeah, these are vinyls down here. I've just been listening to them this afternoon. That was the last one that's out. That's why it's sort of set up like that. But okay. Yeah, quite like the old music, you know. It's
How long would you have been collecting these for?
Oh, since I was a teenager, basically.
Yeah.
So I haven't got a lot there, you know. Heaps of people have got lots more, but I was pretty blue collar growing up. So yeah, just you got what you could when you could afford it, and and you went from there. But just managed to hang on to most of it over the years, you know. So finally got somewhere to put it all, which has been awesome.
Yeah, and it looks like that craftiness is carried through, considering you know, how you've made so much out of so little in here, at least from an economic standpoint.
Yeah, it's been very cheap in here, you know. Like we've obviously spent money elsewhere, fixing up inside and doing all the sleepers and the deck out there. That, you know, but in saying that, like sleepers work out cheaper than doing a Merbau deck.
Okay.
So once again, we've done it on the cheap again. Whereas, you know, everybody does Merbau, so I wanted to do something different, something a bit more original, and I'd actually done a couple for some clients as well. So I thought I gave them the idea of it because I'd done a little bit here in the spa to start with. That's where we first started using it, and so yeah, got a bit of work doing it for other people as well. So I just continued the theme on. You know, we did like the landing in front of the barn next, and then we did
come have a look at it, and
did the dining section next, and then the back area got done last type thing, you know. So yeah, it was we just did bit by bit as we could afford it.
Yeah,
so
it's an awesome example what you've set up here, how the man cave can blend into the alfresco, blend into the spa, blend into this courtyard sort of area.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Yeah, I mean, the old lily pillies here, we stuck them in. They were only this big when we stuck them in. 2 years later, you've got a cover you know. So lily pillies are a native plant, so they grow easy.
Yeah.
You know, you just about plant them anywhere and they'll grow, sort of thing. So
it creates a wall pretty much.
yeah. Well, we sort of wanted to block this area off from the garage area, just to define it, type thing. So yeah, no, and the spa was a second-hand spa. We only paid $400 for that. You know?
Really?
But it was one of those freestanding ones, but all the outside of it was stuffed. So that's why we got it so cheap. And then just set up a frame and had a party here one night when it arrived. So we got everybody
to help bring it in, then
to help get it over and in there. And away we went from there. So yeah, thanks to a few friends for that one as well. And just simple things like that's a bit of gutters over there with the plants in them, you know, up against the wall over there. Yeah. So gutter, you can get it cheap enough, and it just breaks the wall up, puts a little bit of greenery into the place.
Yeah, wow. Already we've seen so many great examples that we'll be able to share with other people to demonstrate that all you need to get started is a bit of space and a bit of commitment, really.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I said, it's not rocket science, the old carpentry. Like I said, plumb, level and square, as long as you get those three things in your head,
that's it.
You can't go too far wrong. So yeah, I mean, we got here and all the roof and sheds and everything were here.
Yep.
But it was just bare. It was all concrete. I mean, the concrete was painted green there. All the palings and all the posts and timbers were all green. So he must have got a special on green paint. So,
yeah.
So we just gave it a coat of paint and picked up that for $150 on Marketplace and put a coat of, sanded the top back.
Yep.
And the tops of the arms back and put some paint on it. And looks great.
Sure does. All right, welcome back. Here we are for our Man Cave Tour podcast series. We're here at Russell Muller's house. Russell, thank you so much for having us this evening, mate. And thank you for putting your hand up to be part of our Man Cave Tour. We really appreciate that.
Awesome to have you here, guys. Really enjoy showing off the place here. We often have a few parties here and everybody's always on to us, when's the next party? So yeah, really enjoy it.
So Russell, the theme of today seems to be resourcefulness. Everywhere we look, you're saying, mate, I didn't pay a cent for it. I've been leveraging my carpentry skills and my know-how of where to get materials and where to put them on the man cave. Do you want to just walk us through some of the best cases where that's happened in this man cave?
Yeah, well, it first came in here and obviously it was just all tin and bare. So I thought, yep, we haven't got a lot of money. We're working hard, as does everybody, haven't got $1 million to spend here. So I'm always going down to Bunnings being a carpenter, and down at Bunnings, if you go down the back, basically, they got an area where they just toss out all their pallets. So I was going down there and just grabbing pallets whenever they were available, basically bringing them home, ripping them apart so I could use the materials, and went from there. Started, the first thing was the bar, basically. So the bar had 3 pallets, a bit of leftover tin from the front fence to do the front of it, and the bar tops was sleepers, which I'd leftovers from jobs as well. So basically just utilising whatever I could, wherever I could, basically, yeah. So
that's brilliant. And funnily enough, in our showroom down in Sydney, we have a bar that's also made out of recycled pallet wood. So
awesome.
It's not that hard to do. Like you say, you can go to a hardware store like a Bunnings, pick yourself up some pallets. Now, I believe a lot of the walls in your man cave are lined with pallet wood as well, a lot of shelving, a bit of the roofing. We've seen a barn door. Very, very resourceful. You can do a lot with pallets.
You can do. And like I said, they're free. So, you don't have to have a lot of money to produce something that ends up nice and comfy and cozy and quite invitable for people to come and
exactly that, Russell. Like the fact that it's become the space that people are so often asking for you to invite them back into, it's done more than enough to create that homely space for entertainment. Like you said, you don't need $1 million to make a space amazing. You just need the vision and to create
Yeah,
all the memorabilia and all the a place to house, sorry, all the memorabilia and all the different bits of your life and your passions.
yeah. And being a carpenter, it's off, like you said, it's made it easy for me to be able to do that. Um, there's only three rules in carpentry: plumb, square, and level. If you get those right, you can't basically go wrong. So, put a few battens there behind the timber, and then away you go. Bang on the bang on the slats off your pallets, and all of a sudden you got a wall, covering up that ugly tin, and you've made something nice and warm and inviting. Then, um, and I think a lot of people love coming here too because it does feel comfortable. They're not worried about spilling a drink. If you're in $1 million cave, you're probably you're a bit worried about tiptoeing around or dropping a glass or whatever. But here, everybody comes and has a great time, and yeah. So,
And even different to $1 million cave per se, like a venue, it's a completely different vibe. At a Man in His Cave, we're trying to, foster this environment you're talking of for our customers. We're trying to make sure that customers are able to build these spaces where they feel comfortable, they feel at home, they can bring their friends into that space. Has having a place like this and being able to invite people into it, has that been a really important part of your life at the moment?
it has been an important part. I went through a breakup a few years ago. I'm not going to get right into that, but coming back and creating something where you could get all your friends around. I mean, I've got mates that come here that I went to school with, basically. And as you can see, it's been a long time since I've been at school. So it's really nice to be able to get those old friends around, and you talk about old memories and have good laughs, and everybody has a great time. And it just yeah, you can't beat having something set up in your own yard. It really is awesome. Feel so proud every time we come out here and have a bit of a wing ding. Everybody's saying, "Oh, when's your next party? Come on."
Yeah, and you mentioned, unfortunately you went through breakup a few years ago, but it seems that that may have led to you meeting your new partner, and you guys have been able to foster something beautiful together here. You've done a lot of building and planning and imagining together with some of the stuff that has been created in here, from my understanding.
Oh, for sure. Vic's been a big part of my life, and we've often sat down here and talked about things and what we wanted to do. And for me, I do the easy part. I reckon I just build it, and she comes in and
Zhuzh's it.
zhuzhes it.
Yeah, she says the zhuzha.
She's the zhusha. So yeah, she's done an amazing job. Couldn't ask for a better partner. She's a great girl.
It's absolutely beautiful. We met someone on our first stop as well who similarly they found each other only in the last few years, and through some shared passions they have also built the man cave that we saw. So it's really beautiful to get to hear these stories. So yeah, really happy for you guys.
No, yeah. Uh, and it's great for family and that as well. We have a Christmas here or have birthday parties here, and you end up with people in here, and then you end up with people out there, and then you got people way out on the bloody lounge out there. So you end up just sort of wandering around from space to space. So it's little groups everywhere half the time. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And how long did you say you guys have been here for now?
We've been here 5 years, just over 5 years now, and yeah, the place was basically all here, but it was just all tin, pretty much, and concrete. So we've had a lot of vision and spent a lot of time. Luckily enough, I'm not full time working. I work for myself, so if I'm not working at a job, I'm doing something here. So it's just a matter of putting some time in, and it all comes together. You don't have to do big jobs every time. You can just do small jobs at a time, and they just all add up.
And it's just about keeping your eye out for a bargain, for something that needs a new home. Like you mentioned, you picked up your spa for $400, a couple of bits of furniture out there, only a couple $100 in total off marketplace. You really don't need that much coin, do you? You just need to have
You
the vision.
don't. You, with marketplace, it's a funny thing. Sometimes, you'll miss out on things, but if you're uh, got the timing right, you'll pick something up cheap. And yeah, it's all about the timing in the end.
All of the caves and all of the people who we've met at the caves have just mentioned the importance of community with their building of their cave, whether it be trading parts, trading pinballs, trading whatever it is. But in this instance, you mentioned before your spa, you'd pick that up off Marketplace for what was it, $400?
$400.
You had a party that night and had the people come and help you bring it into the space.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't sound like it would have been possible really without the community aspect of it.
Nah, it was all really good timing at the time. Had a couple of mates that came out with me, and we went and picked it up, and then we got it back here, and we were having a do that night. So the timing was perfect. As everybody got here, we got a few together. I was on them. I said, okay, before we have too many drinks, let's pick this spa up and get it into its position. Didn't have any framework there or anything, but as long as we had it in the spot, the rest of it came together afterwards.
And that's something that Vic said you guys use on a regular basis now.
Oh, and I think you see a lot at the time with spas that people buy them and they'll use them for a while, but then they just don't get used. I think for me, I had to make it something that was easily accessed. That's why we put the deck around it with steps up into it, just so that it was as easy just to go and jump into,
No reason not to.
Yeah, take a little esky up there with ice and drinks, and have a few drinks while I was sitting in there, but not too many because you've got to get out if you want to pee. Yeah, but,
Yeah, that's really it. So to me, your cave and your whole space really it captures the essence of DIY creativity on a budget.
yes, yeah. Well, like I said 2 years earlier, we're not rich. We haven't got heaps of money, sort of thing. So we're just trying to make the most of everything that we got and the skills that I've got to be able to do it. And like I said, Vic joshing it at the end of it type thing just made it all work and come together. Yeah.
It's very inspiring. And look, we're both from Sydney. Real estate and housing is not cheap whatsoever. We're both like, well, we've moved into bigger places now, still share houses, but like we're not going to have the huge properties. So things like this is so inspiring to us in our generation to be able
Yeah.
to think about how we can strategically start adding bits and pieces without completely blowing the budget. So much of what I've seen today, I'd want to apply in something, in my next house for sure.
Cool. Yeah, and I love that because I've had a lot of friends that come here and actually have been inspired as well, and they think, yeah, okay, we'll go home and do something too, and that really does give me a kick to actually inspire people, even the neighbours, because all of a sudden we've got neighbours that there's about four or five different houses around in this dead end street. So that come over here and have a few drinks or fire up the barbecue, or we go over to their place as well. That ones across the road that are doing a heap of work at their place too, and they've set up a fire pit out the back and a lounge area out there and that. And
So they would have been inspired by this probably.
yeah, I think it has, and like I say to a lot of them, you don't have to do big jobs. You can just do little jobs to start with and get the ball rolling. Basically, with something that you can do easily without spending too much money or time. Especially if you can get the free pallets.
Yep.
That all comes together in the end as well. So yeah.
Beautiful. Luca, was there anything else you wanted to ask Russell before we wrap up?
No, not that comes to mind. Unless you had any questions for us, either yourself or Vic, any questions for us that you'd like to feature. Otherwise, no, this has been, like Jai said, really inspiring. Yeah, pretty heartfelt. So thank you very
Yeah.
much.
No, that's cool. I'm so glad you guys could make it here today. I've definitely enjoyed showing off what we've got here. Got it's great to have somewhere to put all that stuff that have been collecting over the years as well. So we've got all the bloody model cars and the records and and things. It's just finally you get somewhere to put them and display them, and people can appreciate them when they come around then. and they're not just tucked away in a box,
Yeah, absolutely.
stuffed in a cupboard, you know.
Awesome, Russ. Well, thank you so much. Really appreciate you having us on. I think that's pretty much a wrap.
Awesome, guys. Lovely to have you here. Let's have a drink.
Yeah,
Let's do it. Cheers.
Don't forget to hit like and subscribe and tap the bell to be notified when we drop the next Man Cave Tour episode. In the meantime, we reckon you'll froth this one.